everything right, it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name is 𝓶𝓮𝓬𝓬 and welcome back to my channel. So it's February, it is the month of love. People want to read swoony, cute romances. I'm personally not one of those people, but I thought I would still make a video for people who just like really sweet and swoony romances, especially during this Valentine's Day season. Yeah, so that's basically what this video is today. I'm going to be giving you guys recs for just books that make you swoon. Some of them may have some darker elements, but overall they're just so swoony and they make your heart go swoosh. So yeah, I'm very excited about today's video, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first book that I'm going to recommend is Sweet Temptation by Cory Riley. Yes, this is a mafia romance. Yes, this is a very intense age gap. Girls just turned legal, but I thought that this book was so swoony and just so cute, so I had to recommend it. So this book follows Cassio, and he is basically widowed. His wife passed away and he is now left with 2 kids to take care of, and he's also like a mafia boss. So in Italian mafia tradition, you need a wife to warm your bed and to take care of your kids. So he is on the hunt to find a new wife, or it's not really him, he'd be kind of content without having a new wife, but his family and friends and peers are like, listen, you need to get married again. Like, you can't be raising 2 children when you are a man. Gross, I know. But he gets, basically, it's an arranged marriage with this woman who is barely a woman, but it works. And her name is Julia, I think, or something like that. And basically, they are getting in this arranged marriage. The first time they met, she literally calls him sir. Like, it is a very intense age gap. She barely knows how to take care of herself, let alone 2 children. So it starts off a little bit rocky, but Cassio just has so much love for Julia, and I think it was such a cute and swoony romance. There is so many good, amazing quotes in here, and it literally took me off my feet how he didn't really care for her much at all in the very beginning, and then his heart starts to soften up a little bit. Like, it is just so cute. And also, she's navigating taking care of 2 children, just left the age range of being a child herself, so it's a lot. There's a lot of changes, a lot of new life changes, but they make it work, and I just thought it was so cute and swoony. One quote from here: "Why would I cheat with any of those women? All I can think about is you." Is that not, like, that is swoony, that is cute, that is cute, that's cute, you know? Like, I literally read that and was like, yep, all he can think about is her. Another one is, "She wasn't what I'd wanted in a wife, but hell, if she wasn't exactly what I needed." Right? So freaking cute. Like, I love this book, and I highly recommend if you are looking for a little heartwarming story to read during this Valentine's Day season. The next book that I'm going to recommend is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and this is a really cute rom-com, sweet contemporary, and this book really took me off my feet. I thought Redford Morgan and Chloe Brown were so cute together, and they made me so happy reading about. I just thought this book was so cute. So this book follows Chloe Brown, and she is chronically ill, and because of her chronic illness, she really feels like she does not have a life. She has a set routine, she likes to geek out about computer stuff, but she really isn't experiencing life. So one day she almost gets into an accident, which makes her question everything about her life and the way that she's been living. She's like, if I were to die right now, then what would be said about me and my life and the life that I lived? So she decides to make a Get a Life list, and there it's basically like a bucket list of things that she wants to do, things that she wants to try, and experiences she wants to have. And so the first thing on her list is to move out of her parents' home, and so she does, and she moves into an apartment complex, and there she meets Redford Morgan, who is the kind of like, I want to say like utilities guy. Anyway, I don't know exactly what he does, but he works for the building, and I just love him so much. He has a motorcycle, he has tattoos, he's super rugged, but also like a complete and total sweetheart. So they end up striking a deal one day, and that is for Red to help Chloe complete everything off of her bucket list in exchange for Chloe making a website for him and his business. And they get off on the wrong foot right away. Red doesn't like Chloe because he thinks that Chloe doesn't like him, and vice versa. They both think that they don't like each other, which in return makes them not like each other. So I just love this book. I thought it was so cute and so swoony and just so, I literally wanted to cry at how cute and sweet and sentimental this book was. Redford Morgan and Chloe Brown are complete opposites, but they both are just so wholesome together and so sweet and cute. They literally made me so happy to read about them. Chloe was super witty and sarcastic, which I loved about her, and she was definitely strong but in like a quiet way. And Red was just like the purest human being. Like, I loved him so much, and he had such a heartbreaking like backstory which broke me to pieces. Red always knew what Chloe was thinking before Chloe even knew what she was thinking, which I just love. And together their love was just like so powerful and so magical, and I highly recommend this book if you have not read it already. This book is everything and made me swoon out of my mind. The next book that I'm going to recommend is The Hardest Fall by 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪, and this book follows Zoe and Dylan. So Zoe is a super eccentric kind of quirky girl, which usually I don't love in stories. In this case, it was super entertaining. And these two attend the same college, and it is Zoe's freshman year, and she kind of got into the wrong crowd with girls who didn't really care for her much. Zoe's at her first college party, and these girls who are her friends decide to dare her into kissing Dylan. And Dylan is kind of like the star wide receiver at this school. Everybody knows who he is. He's super popular. So she is dared to go and kiss him. First time they meet, it is incredibly awkward at this party. Like, she is just like a mess. She's spitting things out of her mouth that like she has no idea why she's saying the things that she's saying, but ultimately she tells him that I was dared to kiss you, can you please kiss me? And he's like, ooh, I'm sorry, but like I have a girlfriend, I can't. And Zoe quickly gets away from him and starts crying, and ever since then Dylan has felt so bad about the way things went down with Zoe. And they see each other a few times on campus, and each time Zoe just acts like a complete mess. She's super awkward, so it's never been great. Fast forward a few years into their college years, basically they end up sharing an apartment on accident, and it's an accident, but they both recognize each other obviously, and it's very awkward in this apartment at first. They get to talk to each other and get to know more about each other, and romance ensues between them. Also, Zoe is keeping a secret that is driving Dylan crazy. It's both like a mutual pining type of book. I feel like there was pretty standard tropes. It's like popular athlete guy, nerdy girl, mysteries and secrets being held, but it was so cute seeing the relationship develop. I thought that they were so cute together, and Dylan's jealousy was so much fun to read about, and I swooned out of my mind with this. Zoe is super secretive, and she is hiding a few things, and she even lies to Dylan and says that she has a boyfriend, which just makes Dylan so mad. And yeah, it's just a really cute roommate to lovers romance book. My heart was so full of emotions, and I just had so many butterflies while reading this, and I could not keep the smile off of my face. It was so cute. And Dylan is such a dreamy boyfriend. Like, I was literally fantasizing about him. He is just, they were so cute together. I thought their romance was so well done, and I highly recommend this book if you like kind of like nerdy girls with a popular athlete and their roommate, so it's forced proximity as well. It is just magic. I highly recommend this book this February, and you should definitely give it a try if these are tropes that you are into. The next book that I have to recommend is Burn For You by J.T. Jessenger, and this book, you guys, this book is where it is at. I love this book. First of all, it takes place in New Orleans, which I mention this every time I read a book that takes place in New Orleans. I go there every summer. I love New Orleans so much, so this was so much fun to read about. But this book follows Bianca, and she is a restaurant owner in the French Quarter, and she got a lot of popularity at a restaurant for using Bordeaux bourbon in each and every one of her recipes. One day she is working at her restaurant, and there she sees a man walk in, and he looks kind of homeless. He has like a big beard. He is just not well dressed, and he is demanding to have a seat, and this place is packed. And so the hostess runs to the back to tell Bianca that there's a man demanding a seat, and she finds out that this is Jackson Bordeaux, the family who owns the bourbon that she uses in all of her recipes. The family is the reason why this her restaurant is doing so well. So Bianca and Jackson get off on a very rough start. Bianca does not like Jackson so much, but Jackson is so infatuated with Bianca. He asks if she can cater his fundraiser that she's doing. She reluctantly agrees because she really needs the money because her mom is suffering from cancer and she needs to pay a bunch of medical bills. This book, I love Jackson. He has become one of my favorite book boyfriends. Like, he is just so rugged, and it's definitely the case of I hate everyone but you, but he is obsessed with Bianca, and it is the best thing ever. His inner monologue and what he thinks about Bianca and how he like actually treats her are completely different things. He's just a super awkward and like shy person. He doesn't know how to express his feelings. He's gone through so much, so it's so hard for him to kind of like let loose and open himself up to Bianca. And also on top of all of that, it is a marriage of convenience. Jackson really needs to marry someone in order to get his like inheritance, and Bianca agrees because she's getting paid really well, and again, she needs the money to cover her mom's medical bills. And this book is just so swoony. Like, I literally, thinking about it right now, I want to reread it. Like, the smut in here was fantastic, the dirty talk in here, fantastic. This book just made me so happy. I was literally smiling at my phone like a loon. Like, I looked crazy, and I didn't even care because I love this book. Jackson is just like the typical grumpy guy. Bianca's kind of like a sunshiny character, but also she knows how to hold her own with Jackson. She doesn't let him walk all over her, which is so great. I love this book. It made me so happy, and I highly recommend it. I love the fact that she owned like a restaurant in New Orleans, obviously, and it was just like all in all like a good book. Like, the feelings were great, vibes were great, it was amazing. Highly recommend. And the last book that I'm going to recommend is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. This book, amazing, so good. I just mentioned it in my January wrap-up, but I read it in my 24-hour reading vlog, and this book made me literally so giddy with so many emotions and feelings. I loved it so much. This book follows a hero named Kai, and he is autistic. He's on the spectrum, and his mom really wants to find him a nice lady to marry. So his mom travels to Vietnam, and she kind of holds and like conducts interviews to find the perfect woman for Kai. There she doesn't have any luck, so at this place where she's holding the interviews, she goes into the bathroom and sees the heroine, 𝓬𝓦. And 𝓬𝓦 works at this place. She cleans for the place. She is down on her luck. She is very poor. She doesn't have a lot of money. So when Kai's mom walks into the bathroom and sees her, she's like, wait a minute, you are so beautiful. Like, you need to come to America with me and marry my son. Like an arranged marriage type thing, mail order bride. And 𝓬𝓦 is very reluctant to go. Her English isn't that great, and she doesn't want to move to a different country, but she really needs the money and the benefits of moving to America and marrying a nice guy who is wealthy. So she agrees to go with some convincing of her family. So she goes there. Kai has no idea what his mom has been doing behind his back. Now he has a new roommate, new fiance that he has to entertain and keep happy in his home. Kai is very particular with his things and the order of things. He doesn't like things being disrupted. He doesn't like his routine being disrupted, and 𝓬𝓦 just challenges all of that. This book is so cute because 𝓬𝓦 just really wants to make Kai happy. She really wants to do things to make him happy. I don't like the way this looks. One second. But as I was saying, wow, I forgot what I was saying. At first, Kai does not like 𝓬𝓦 and the new changes that are being done to him and all of the new extra steps and routines that he has to have. But reluctantly, he starts opening up in the best way that he can. And that, unfortunately, is not enough for 𝓬𝓦. Since Kai is autistic, he has different ways of expressing his love and showing his love, which 𝓬𝓦 is not used to and that she doesn't like particularly. So 𝓬𝓦 really feels that Kai does not care for her. And it's so gut-wrenching and so sad to read about, but also so swoony because the readers know that Kai is doing everything he can to make her happy, and he is trying his hardest, and he is just like such a lovable. But 𝓬𝓦 doesn't see it that way. She feels like Kai still hates her, and she doesn't know what she can do to change. So there is some turmoil in the relationship, but all in all, this book is so swoony and so cute. Kai is definitely a new favorite hero of mine as well. I think he is just so adorable and so sweet with the way he loves and so generous, and 𝓬𝓦 is a super strong character. She takes classes to learn better English, and she takes classes on a career that she wants to do and is trying to get into college, and it's just like amazing. It is such a beautiful story. I definitely enjoyed this more than the Kiss Quotient, and I cannot wait to read the Heart Principle. All in all, this book is just so swoony and so cute. I loved it so much. So that was the last book that I'm going to recommend for today's video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below, and also tell me some swoony romances that you recommend for Valentine's Day in February. I would love to check them out and add them to my TBR as always. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a big like and a comment down below, and also subscribe so you never miss another upload from me. And I will see you shortly with a new video. Bye.
If I got one thing right, it was you and me.